Too Soon to Say is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got started last May, and it was kind of from a couple bands that had broken up. There was a band that Scott and Kevin were in called Every Me, Every You.
Me and Kevin were in a former project, and that kind of disbanded. And right around that same time, another local band called the Judgment of Paris broke up as well, and so through mutual friends and stuff like that, we kind of decided to talk to some of those guys and see if they wanted to come and play with us.
When Scott came up to me and asked me if I wanted to play bass for him, and I said sure. And we're both from two recently broken up bands from about last year, and they knew that I was available, and I heard of them, so I kind of considered, let's go try out and see what happens. And then, things just kind of clicked, and then we brought along Tyler and Kyle, and things just kind of got rolling from there.
The writing process usually goes like either myself or Kevin will come to practice with part of a song or maybe an entire song that we've been working on, and we'll usually play it for the band, and it's usually as soon as we play it, there's always just like a million different ideas coming in, and it usually comes out something more than what we came in with. So everyone usually kind of puts their own spin on whatever Kevin or myself come to practice with.
We started out in June, really fully being a band. We did a demo in July, and we kind of basically over the summer and fall wrote a slew of songs, and then decided it was probably October that we were going to do a full length. We actually recorded that at Front Street Sound, which I co-own, and basically just try to do a real honest record, a real natural sounding, kind of get away from the typical over-processed sound that you get in a lot of the modern day. There's no drum samples, there's no auto-tune, it's straight Too Soon to Say. What you get on the CDs, what you get at a live show.
Kevin engineered all of it and did an excellent job, I must say. I'm really excited about how it turned out. He did a lot of research and kind of did his homework on the best ways to do things, and did a really awesome job, I think. Really excited about the product we got to give.
Get a little crazy. This song is called 16 Out Center, because we're stuck. Let's dance a little bit. Ready?
Scott writes all the lyrics for the most part. He's the primary lyricist, but Tyler, who sings on a lot of the tracks on the album, most of the tracks actually, there's a couple songs where Tyler's kind of stepped in and helped with the writing process, or wrote a good chunk of the lyrics for.
Tyler's going to take you and start you off on a musical journey right now. Let's give it up for Tyler, our drummer, real quick. This song is called 2 Days Till Never Again.
Every once in a while I'll have an idea. I mean, I had a lot of influence on one of our songs, but usually Scott handles that, and we kind of collaborate together and come up with cool ideas usually.
the songwriting, it's basically an experience of you know, things people go through on a normal basis, you know, through their lives, like whether it be like girls or friends, you know, maybe friendships that have since broken up or no longer exist. Just a way of getting stuff off my chest and expressing it, you know, the best way I know how. I'm a huge music fan, I always have been, and so naturally that's, you know, how I vent, and that's how I express my feelings, and I think it shows on the record.
Some of my favorite kind of classic rock bands that really like influenced me are Thin Lizzy. I really like Thin Lizzy a lot, and Boston, but probably the kind of music that I listen to most of the time, Say Anything, Alkaline Trio, Boys Night Out. I really just get into that kind of music a lot.
I'm a little older than the other guys. I grew up on a lot of grunge music and a lot of 80s metal, just good older siblings and stuff. When I got older and started playing music, I got into a lot of the pop punk, like original pop punk, like Screeching Weasel and bands like No Use for a Name. And then I say for Too Soon to Say, I think we take a lot from like Taking Back Sunday, Paramore, Mayday Parade, a lot of the modern pop alternative bands.
I used to be in a metal band, and like when that fizzled out, I started listening to like more and more, you know, poppier, catchier music, like, you know, the pop punks. Like, I love Taking Back Sunday, and like Story of the Year is a little bit more aggressive, and I love them too. And like their bass player, he's great. Like, I like the way he throws down on stage. He's just awesome bass tone, and like that's kind of like what I'm trying to go for in a sense. Even my older brother, who played bass like 5 years before even I started, he got me into doing it because he would go out and play shows and like have the time of his life, and like I was like, holy cow, why don't I just get on board and do that too?
Aaron Gillespie, he's a pretty big influence for me. I like the energetic, kind of just really powerful driving drum style that he has, and I kind of try to do the same kind of thing with that. August Burns Red is something. Drummer is awesome, he's a great drummer. I like a lot of different kinds of music, like a lot of heavy stuff too. You know, Black Dahlia Murder, drummer's phenomenal.
I mean, I love all sorts of bands. Like, some of my favorite singers are, you know, Steven from Amberlin, Aaron from, you know, the Under Oath and the Almost. I like those guys a lot. I listen to a lot of, you know, anything from like hardcore, screamo to, you know, bluegrass and stuff like that. I listen to a lot of music, but the majority of stuff I listen to kind of similar to the genre that we play. A lot of Taking Back Sunday, The Almost, Under Oath, stuff like that. The CD release show came together as soon as we got done with our record. As soon as we got done recording it, started looking at like the production of it, when we were going to have it back, and then we started looking at dates that would work for a CD release show.
Our good friend JR and Jess own MXTP, which is a local all ages venue, and you know, we kind of came to them and they were thrilled about it.
And they just basically contacted us. Kyle called me and said, hey, we'd like to put on our CD release show here, and we have a really good relationship with him and the band, and we said we're all for it, we'd love to.
Yeah, they've always been supportive of us, so we kind of like to give back in that way. When bands and people are really supportive of us, we always try to give back.
To them. We wish Too Soon to Say the best of luck in their new marriage, and I feel like we're doing one of those marriage things. And they're awesome guys, so great job, guys.
We brought in a band called Clientele to play it for us. They're actually a new band, but good friends with ours. They actually share the studio and the practice space with us.
We're about as close to Too Soon to Say as anybody can get, I think, except for maybe their girlfriends or wives. We would absolutely have been hurt if we didn't get put on the show. Because we're, you know, brother bands, so.
As far as the recording quality, as far as the song structure, I think they hit their mark. That's my opinion.
It's high energy disc. Everybody should pick it up. Most definitely.
Favorite song to play live? I have to say 16 on Center. It's just got so much hook to it.
I would probably go with 16 on Center. That first single that we released on Facebook and Reverb Nation and all that.
I'd probably say 2 Days Till Never Again, just because it's a little different than the other things that we do, and it's a little more heartfelt.
My favorite song to play live is probably 16 on Center. It's got a lot of energy to it. It's a lot of fun to sing. It's a lot of fun to jump around and dance to, and I think people like it a lot. And you know, so far when we've played it, the crowd response has been pretty good to it, and it's a great song. It's a fun song to play live.
My favorite song to perform live is probably My Point Exactly. It's a really high energy song with a sweet guitar solo in it, so that's always fun to play.
A year from now, hopefully, you know, on the road to making a name for ourselves, and you know, getting in front of some people and playing our music. I mean, that's the goal that we all have. You know, I want to take it as far as it can go. I want kids to hear the music, and I want to play it for them.
On tour, possibly not like I would love it to be like a huge like national tour, but like if it was just like a regional tour from like, you know, Michigan, you know, to the surrounding states to maybe even a little bit more south, you know, that would be awesome.
I want to see us on tour in a year from now. That would be great. Be on the road and get an experience like that under my belt.
Probably with a little bit more of a bigger Midwest following, touring a little more outside of like the 100 miles from Grand Rapids.
You can get our record online through CD Baby, through iTunes. Probably the best place to pick one up is at one of our shows.
And our website is always a good place to go to keep up with the newest things that are going on with Too Soon to Say, and that's www.toosoontosay.com.
I've got a bad feeling today that I lost my words and got carried away. Now I'm walking down this crowded highway watching.
Gotta say this Mitchell dude. Not really digging him, but you know, whatever. We're in a band together. It's alright, whatever.
Tyler Lutzenheiser's the biggest douche in the world, but I love that guy.